Tim Leonard here in Bowie with Chayce McDermott, one of the newest members of the Bowie Baysox and one of the newer members of the Baltimore Orioles organization. Came over at the trade deadline. Chayce, how has life been since the trade deadline? I'm sure it's been a little hectic.
Yeah, it's definitely been hectic, but it's been good. Just getting to settle in with the Orioles organization and luckily getting the call up and getting to settle in here. But it's been fun so far, so I'll take the hectic part of it.
And where were you when you found out on trade deadline day that you were going to come over from the Astros organization to the Orioles, and what was kind of your first reaction when you found out about the news?
Yeah, I was just sitting in my apartment and just got a call and found out. The first thought was kind of like, this is going to be interesting, but after it kind of settled a little bit after about 10 minutes, I was super excited. Knew that there's a great chance in this organization. They're on the up-and-coming team, one of the up-and-coming teams in the league right now. So it was definitely an honor to have them want me in the trade. So.
And you spent some time in Aberdeen before getting the call up here. What was the time in Aberdeen like, and how did it kind of compare to your time with the Astros organization?
It's actually pretty similar in the sense of philosophy, stuff like that. So it wasn't a huge transition, which was nice for me, but it was nice just getting to kind of settle in, get some games under my belt, and then learn the philosophy, the differences in philosophy with the Orioles.
What would you say are some of those differences in philosophy?
There's a couple, but I would say probably the biggest one was not, I would say like focusing more on development in the sense of like using different pitches in different situations and stuff instead of just kind of going out there and trying to throw and develop pitches in game. It was kind of work on stuff and get it to where it needs to be to throw it in game. So.
And are you the type of pitcher that once you finish a start, you're kind of pouring over film and analytics of it, or what's kind of your approach to that?
Yeah, I usually take the night after the game to just kind of relax. I'm not cramming everything in right after the game, but then for about the next week until my next start, I'll look through all the information, try to figure out tweaks that I can make, see what was wrong with a pitch or what was playing well, and then kind of see how I felt in accordance to that and use that going forward.
And what has kind of that information been telling you lately? What are some things you're working on in your pitching right now?
The biggest thing I'm working on right now is my changeup, but I've kind of gotten some feedback that some of the pitches are good and some aren't in the sense of movement. So we're looking at the good ones, trying to figure out the differences in hand position, delivery, all that kind of stuff. But also just like trying to find advantages with different pitches, minor tweaks that will allow me to throw them better.
Do you find it's tough sometimes to kind of balance the line of tweaking the changeup, whether it's grip or whatever you're working on, but also sort of going out there and throwing pitches the way that you know you can?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you want to obviously make everything Hall of Fame type pitch, but it's not going to happen in one day. So it's kind of tough sometimes to go out and just trust that the process is working and not try to change things too quick. But yeah, just also at the same time going out and throwing stuff that you know may work or may not work is a hard thing to do in minor league baseball. So
I know you come from a basketball family. Your brother made it to the NBA. So why did you ultimately pick baseball, coming from a family that had a lot of basketball players?
I just enjoyed baseball way more just from a young age. I know a lot of people were surprised when I quit basketball, but I just enjoyed baseball. It seemed to come more naturally to me. I enjoyed just being on the field for 3 hours instead of like being on a court for an hour. Just like that seemed way better to me. So, and I just enjoyed working at it more. So I thought it'd be a better choice for me.
Another guy in that trade was Povich, and you get called up at the same time as him. Have you guys formed sort of a friendship based on getting called up at the same time and stuff like that?
Yeah, we've been living together since the trade, so we've gotten pretty close already. We've been picking each other's brains, I think, a little bit about pitches, what works, what doesn't. He's obviously a different pitcher than me, being from the left side and that kind of stuff, but there are similarities. So we've built like a personal relationship, but also like a baseball relationship that I think will help both of us in the long run. So